Hey everyone, as I record this, Bitcoin is just barely below the highest it's ever been in history. My guess is it will pass that probably later today. So the previous all-time high is 73,800 or so, and it is 72,800 as I record this. So less than $1,000 away from the highest it's ever been, within like 1.5% of the highest it's ever been. So let's cover everything you need to know about Bitcoin when it's hitting an all-time high, as it is about to do, it seems. One, are other pullbacks possible? Yes, although they're completely unpredictable, and usually when you get on a run like this, it just keeps going. But that being said, we've seen over the last 7 months especially that, and even after the ETF approval in January, that you can go for a slump that can be triggered by anything. You know, you could go through a slump after the presidential election, regardless of who wins. You could go through a slump after hitting a new all-time high like we did in March. I mean, just who knows? But I am very bullish. I mean, it very, very, very much feels like just the sky's the limit right now. Some of the indicators of that are, one, search traffic on the word Bitcoin on Google is super low right now. And when the price is this high, but search traffic is super low, it basically means that the price is being driven by people in the know, you know, people like me who do a Google search for the word Bitcoin all the time, and that the average people who are sitting on the sidelines with a lot of money are not even paying attention. So typically when the price starts really going insanely high, search traffic on Google is very high. And so the fact that it's really low right now tells me that the average people are not even paying attention. They don't even realize Bitcoin is bumping a new all-time high. Secondly, typically when Bitcoin is near a top, the Coinbase app on the Google App Store or the the Apple App Store is ranked as one of the highest ranked finance apps on the App Store. Right now, Coinbase is just way down there, you know, not anywhere close to the top. Again, that tells you the vast majority of people are not paying attention. The vast majority of people are not plugged in. The vast majority of people are not downloading the Coinbase app and buying Bitcoin right now. And even with super quiet kind of crickets out there, not very many people paying attention, most of the money in general sitting on the sidelines, Bitcoin is touching a new all-time high. So if that's the case, imagine what's going to happen as soon as all of those people wake up and they start downloading the Coinbase app and they start doing Google searches for the word Bitcoin. When that happens, you typically see the massive, huge runs in price, you know, which hopefully we'll see over the next 12 months. Now is a great time to buy Bitcoin. So all the indicators, every conceivable indicator I'm aware of says now is a fantastic time to buy Bitcoin. So if you're going to buy Bitcoin, what's the best way? Well, of course, Coinbase. Coinbase.com, Coinbase.com is the best way to buy Bitcoin. They have the lowest fees, they have the best user experience, and they are the largest, most reputable publicly traded company in the Bitcoin world. So definitely recommend Bitcoin. You just ignore everything on their platform other than Bitcoin BTC, which is the real Bitcoin, which is about $73,000 a coin right now. Everything else on their platform, I do not consider a worthwhile investment asset, and Bitcoin is the only thing that I do. Okay, so if you're going to buy, you got to decide then whether you are going to make a lump sum purchase or dollar cost average. At this price point in the Bitcoin price cycle, I recommend a lump sum purchase, meaning invest absolutely whatever you can afford to invest. That is what I would do. That's what I am doing. That's what I've always done. And the reason for that is typically lump sum purchases of Bitcoin outperform dollar cost averaging. Now, there will be a point when I start recommending people dollar cost average. For example, if we were sitting here at the end of October in 2025, next year, 12 months from now, and Coinbase was the number 1 finance app on the App Store, and Google search traffic for the word Bitcoin was the highest it had ever been in human history, and the price was sitting at, $240,000 a coin, I would say, yeah, you probably want a dollar cost average, because the risk of, buying the top and having to wait 3 or 4 years to be in the money, is just too high if the price is just insanely high, parabolically high, and everybody's going crazy. It does not feel like that is the case right now. I could be wrong, but it does not feel like that is the case right now. So, and also the problem with dollar cost averaging is you've got a problem of trying to decide, okay, if you're going to dollar cost average, which means put the same dollar value of buy the same amount every week, then you still have a problem, which is, are you going to start dollar cost averaging right now and then just do it weekly in perpetuity? Or are you going to make an initial upfront purchase to establish an initial position? And if so, how much? And then if you dollar cost average, you got to decide over what time period. There's just a ton of variables that make dollar cost averaging, even though it's the best for most people in a lot of scenarios as it comes to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin rises so quickly in value. Certainly at this point of the price cycle, I would recommend people just buy as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. At some point, I don't know if that's at the end of this year, early next year, or middle next year, at some point, I will start recommending people dollar cost average instead of just upfront, purchase as much as you possibly can. And the reason for that is once the market feels like it's getting a little too euphoric, and I think there's going to be a price correction at some point, then it's better to dollar cost average. And that way you're buying more Bitcoin as the price comes down, and it's, you're not underwater with a big lump sum purchase. But again, I don't think that time is right now. I could be wrong, but if it were me, I would buy absolutely as much Bitcoin as I possibly could, and I would buy it absolutely right now. That is what I would do. And every time I've been in this situation, that is exactly what I have done. Should be super fun times ahead. And just wanted to get a video out there that says now is still a fantastic time to buy. Hopefully we'll break a new all-time high later today. And, if we do, good job for hanging on the last 7.5 months, which has been, no fun at all for people who enjoy numbers that only go up. But that is the price you pay for being patient with any asset. No asset is going to give you constant price appreciation. You got to be patient if you want that. And in the case of Bitcoin has forced everybody to be relatively patient the last 7.5 months since the last all-time high. And hopefully we'll have a really fun run here where Bitcoin does stratospherically new heights for a while. And then at some point it will start grinding sideways and down for a period of time, just like it always does. And then we'll hopefully have stratospheric new heights after that. And anyway, that's the price you pay. You just got to be patient. And Bitcoin rewards you in the long term. So great times in Bitcoin. Super fun to watch the price these last few days, especially. And also I'll point out the last time Bitcoin was below 60,000 a coin, 59,500 or 59,800 or something like that, was less than 3 weeks ago. And that was, again, everybody saying, oh no, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to be patient. We're going to have to wait longer. And yes, that is how it works. You got to be patient. You got to wait longer. But it took less than 3 weeks to go from under $60,000 to above $70,000 and now bumping $73,000, knocking on the door of the all-time worldwide highest it's ever been. So things happen fast in Bitcoin, and that will continue to be the case. Long periods of time where the price is grinding sideways or down, and then short periods of time where it's going stratospherically high. And thankfully, the stratospherically high periods in the long term radically dwarf the size of grinding sideways and down, which is why Bitcoin has been the best performing asset in the last 10 years, period, bar none. It just is. So great time to be in Bitcoin. If you can still buy more, I absolutely would. And I would just buy it at whatever price Coinbase tells you the price is when you hit buy. And I would not overthink it. So that's what I would do. But I do have a very high risk tolerance, and I am a very patient person. So, if you have a lower risk tolerance or you are not a patient person, then, adjust accordingly. So have a great day, everyone. It's just a great time to be part of the Bitcoin ecosystem and on the Bitcoin train. Have a good one. Thanks.